refused to discuss anything about Rebecca or my mother. James said Howard looked trapped and scared rather than defiant or angry. His hands shook when James mentioned Rebecca's name. Howard kept glancing around like he expected someone to be watching. He'd practically run away when James pressed for answers. James thought Rebecca might have some kind of hold over Howard too. Maybe she was threatening him or blackmailing him with something. The fear in Howard's eyes wasn't the look of a man protecting his daughter. It was the look of a man who'd made a terrible mistake and didn't know how to fix it. Diane decided to contact the lawyer who'd witnessed my mother's will change after she refused. She tracked him down through the county records and called his office. The lawyer was reluctant to discuss client matters, but Diane explained the situation carefully. She mentioned the evidence of fraud and the pattern of elder abuse. The lawyer finally admitted that my mother had seemed anxious and rushed during the appointment. She'd kept checking her phone and looking out the window. He'd asked if she was sure about the changes, and she'd said yes, but her voice wavered. The lawyer had noticed a car waiting outside his office the entire time. Someone sitting in the driver's seat watching the building. He'd thought it was odd, but hadn't questioned it. Now he realized it had probably been Rebecca making sure my mother went through with the will change. The lawyer said he'd be willing to provide a statement if we pursued legal action. I spent the weekend going through boxes of old photos and documents I'd stored in my apartment closet. Birthday cards my mother had sent me every year with personal messages. Photos from my high school graduation where she looked so proud. Pictures from family vacations and holidays spanning 3 decades. Letters she'd written when I went to college telling me how much she missed me. I organized everything chronologically, creating a timeline of our relationship. 34 years of evidence that I wasn't the problem Rebecca claimed I was. Every photo showed my mother's genuine love and pride. Every card proved our connection was real and deep. Rebecca was trying to erase all of this and replace it with her manufactured narrative. I made copies of the most important items and put together a presentation that documented our actual history. Tom discovered something disturbing on social media that same weekend. Rebecca had created accounts on multiple platforms where she posted about her journey with her dying mother. The posts were emotional and detailed, describing how she was cherishing every moment with my mother during her final months. She wrote about their deep bond and special connection. She shared photos of them together looking like the perfect mother-daughter pair. The post made no mention of me at all. In Rebecca's version of reality, my mother had only one daughter who loved her and cared for her. The comments were full of sympathy and support from strangers who had no idea they were reading fiction. Rebecca had even started a fundraising page supposedly to help with my mother's medical expenses, though my mother wasn't sick at all. Tom screenshot everything and sent it to Dylan, who added it to our growing file of evidence. Dylan called on Monday with news that made my hands shake. He'd tracked down Rebecca's ex-husband from 10 years ago. The man's name was Noah, and he'd divorced Rebecca after discovering she'd faked a pregnancy and miscarriage to manipulate him. Noah told Dylan that Rebecca had claimed to be pregnant early in their marriage. She'd shown him fake ultrasound photos and talked constantly about their future baby.